some engage for that setup for the Ziggs. And the Aurora, which, I was talking about, you don't want to be a good target for the J4. Aurora, very hard for the J4 to be a threat for. Mid lane, it's damage you deal to your opponent in the mid lane is an extra factor.
Yeah. Lots of trading back and forth, and makes the trades fun once again, or at least
BDD doing that, it's just getting you more points towards your quest.
We're taking a look at a little fight over the Scuttle Crab. It looks like Pyosik is going to get it, as there's the Flay denying the crash down this time. They turn to engage on the light, but the damage is not there. Aiming kind of zoned out for quite a while, but now he gets in, and the damage there in spades. They pick up 2 kills, and KT, a gigantic fight in the bottom river, going to get them pretty far ahead.
I think this is a huge mistake going for this sort of play from the side of the DN Supers, because you need to have the backing of your mid laner, and if the mid laner is coming in, a Zoe joining a fight late is so scary because she's picking up summoners. Everyone has their summoners available early, so there's going to be
get ahead and get one of these early objectives for the team. And Life alongside of the Ziggs, not really able to do much at all about this from behind. So there's the Chemtech Dragon over to KT.
Yeah, mid lane, pretty big advantage. Not just like BDD is down flash, but it's coming up pretty soon. So if they want to look there, timer is perhaps now or never. You can see him hovering around mid.
Yeah. They're going to go for it. Just to use his portal jump, and a bunch of damage goes in, but it's not going to get the lethal. As Cuz is here, now trying to turn it around, and the burst is insane. Closer gets taken out by Cuz. And Pyosik trying to trade here with the TP coming in from Life. That's not really going to help out all too much.
Yeah, that is kind of
lane.
Worst case scenario for the first ult is that you don't get the kill. And the thing is, because BDD didn't even have flash, his flash is going to come back up, and you can't even repeat that play. It's not like you've been
for KT Rolster?
Yes.
Or the SOOPers?
No, KT. Yeah.
Whose value was it? Okay, the Nocturne ult onto the Jarvan. Done a ton of damage, actually, and goes getting low himself. Pyosik and Life now on the retreat, and it looks like BDD is here and ready to party, as it is able to get the 1. So we're just going to trade supports there after the death of Cuz, and not half bad for the DN Supers.
Yeah, they managed to get 2 kills, trading around the play in a huge way.
Yep. Feeling pretty good about that trade at least, but still going to fall behind here on the Dragons, as it looks like Cuz should be able to take this Mountain Drake, and that'll be 2 for them. We did highlight the gold, as still Dudu is ahead about 300, but
we have
difference as
quests coming in for the side of KT. Okay, it's now 3-2. For a second ago, it was 3-1.
Did do a decent amount of damage, got some of the plates. But now BDD is in the top lane, as looking to punish this. We do have the Thresh nearby, so an easy Lantern does come through. The fear is there, and now BDD is really getting pummeled by the Ambessa on top of it, on top of the Ziggs bomb from very far away. Cuz in a lot of trouble himself, and it might be 3 for 0 here, although he is going to flag and drag. Barely gets himself out, but it's still a nice little play here from DNS.
Good play from DNS, showing what the composition wants to do. An overstep, little overstep from BDD, and then the attempt to save. You think, I have a Thresh nearby. That just pulls him into the mixer. The power of the Nocturne plus the Ambessa, the Ziggs on top for the alley-oop, and a big reward there. Not only getting the goal lead. Earlier in the game, it was like 2,200, 2,300.
Very early on.
Only 1,000. And, with it being later as well, they've managed to close that gap well. Dudu in the top matchup now. I mean, it's that. Okay, I look at his items. Eclipse on Ambessa, that is the spike that you want. That item is insane on this champion.
Yeah. It's really, really good. It also has the Executioner's Calling, just to cut down on some of the healing of that annoying top Rek'Sai. So it makes the trades stick even more. And so, yeah, I mean, it felt like in the beginning it was kind of just Dudu, but now he's been able to spread his influence, based on that top fight we just saw, give some of the gold over to Pyosik, even over to Duckdom, who's ahead now.
Shadow Flame with the tier 3 boots, but still a huge spike for the Ziggs, a ton of damage.
Aiming, standing on a ward, is going to meet the Nocturne. The Lantern is just not in the right place. The communication very off. Aiming in a ton of trouble. Finally does go down. Pyosik healing.
He's still alive
with the Conqueror. He finally does go down. As now we have the Between Worlds closer is getting in there. And you see BDD only able to hit the 1. That's not quite enough. That's not enough tempo in this fight. He's going to hit Duckdom, who's very healthy. And now Ghost in a lot of trouble. Flash comes forward from closer. It's another kill. As we do see Life does go down, but still The DN SOOPers looking quite strong in this very deep play. BDD
You need to get out
forward.
without BDD killing him. He has flash.
He's going to try to go for it again. The flash down forward, and Dogdom, a lot of respect shown there.
Take the extra damage from the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, so really well played now. BDD, look it. Nice exhaust.
Yeah, it's going to save him. And a bit more pressure as well as they're going to take down the mid-tier 1. And looking for a third dragon with Hextech Soul here on the map.
Yeah, so it's good plays from the DN SOOPers, but it's 3 dragons for KT is a little bit worrying, and it puts a lot of pressure on them. Because the thing is, all that has to happen is one good bubble, one good pick, one good team fight, and KT have Soul. And again, it's slower, but it's going to start to get willed down.
Let's see if we can attribute this fight win to the coach voice, as we are going to have the hook land. The paranoia is there, but they don't really use it, as it's going to try to turn onto the Rex side, but not really doing all that much damage. Aiming takes a bit as the Ambessa gets in. The Iradudu is real, gets access to that back line, and maybe that's exactly what they needed to win this fight. BDD very healthy, though. Does a bit of poke, but it's not quite enough to get their feet underneath them, and that's the dragon taken away by DNS.
The year of Dudu is real!
It's so
Away,
real.
and then the backup comes through there. We'll see hit from his point of view as well.
I'll look for it, he says.
Calls it before it even lands.
Yep.
The year of Dudu, baby. Love to see it.
Iradudu.
And again, it's one dragon for DNS, but it denies the soul from KT. Gold is nearly even at this point as well. This has got to be feeling good for them now. A big pain point, 4 minutes before that next dragon, so bought some time for themselves.
And again, this trade pattern in the side lane is never going to favor Perfect.
Yeah.
He's just kind of taking a beating
Couldn't
every time.
find great angles because it would just hit like frontliners, or you hit like when he hit Dogdam satchels backwards and the front line closes into block. So I think it was really smart there from DNS. It did look a little bit rough at times in that fight.
Yeah,
like
also just kind of the state of the game. There's no big objectives. You have to hold a line at very outwardsly. You know, it does feel like BD doesn't really have an angle until the fights really begin. As speaking of which, Perfect in a bit of trouble here, although Duckdom also going to be engaged on, trying to take the satchel away. He does have his flash, but he doesn't want to use it because he knows he's just dead. A trade of members here. Duckdom gets caught out.
Yeah, I think Duckdom was moving to try and be in ult range of the bot play and just ended up super overextended. The fact the satchel was like just not even close to getting in anywhere near safety, it means that bot play to kill Perfect ends up just trading unfavorably because KT, they kill Duckdom, they get this mid tower as well. Big trade upwards, and the inner towers are all worth the same amount of gold now.
Yeah.
You know, last year the side lane inner tower needs to be crisp if you're going to connect onto these carries because they have a lot of defensive items, tools available.
Anything about the last fight, that was really due to threading the needle perfectly onto the exact right target they needed, and then they just won. So they're going to try again here onto aiming in the mid lane. Gets feared up even after the flash, and down he will go. No more 80 carry as Closer gets in between the two worlds as Duckdom also being bullied on the right side, but Ghost goes down. And so up a member here are DNS, Cuz going in and might be punished for it. Doesn't really have any backup on the backside of that one. Who's going to go into his GA as BDD desperately trying to get something done. Will take out the rail. Life will hit the dirt as Perfect is going to take the tunnel and get away. Another bubble is going to land. BDD is getting more and more time in these fights as now Dudu goes down to his GA. A very close one. Cuz still alive and lower health bars. Perfect is unkillable. And down will go Pyosik. Closer by himself. Looks like he's not very long for this world, although okay, Perfect going to take the tunnel, and it looks like he should be able to follow up and get the kill. And now KT, a very extended fight, and that will mean this Hextech Dragon and Soul for them.
It was GA, and the call here is clearly, hey, if we kill the jungler, we get Baron. So everyone moves over, they leave life to get punished, and they're getting poked down more and more. They keep focusing damage on Perfect, but look how much healing he gets over the course of this fight. He just keeps healing up, and there's summoners on the ground for BDD to pick up.
It's good, he says. Just saying, okay.
It's like a Baron gives less gold, right, than before. It's half as much gold, global gold for each member of the team. And so, you know, a Baron would often be like game ending, but it feels like a little bit less so now. Right now the gold's super even, but KT having that Hextech Soul is such a frustrating thing to deal with. A ton of farm. We typically see top laners not get as much.
Yeah, Dugdom lost his Banshees and then got hit with the Hextech Soul, so he got slowed down, had to go away, but now Cuz extremely low. In goes Pillshake, trying to punish him. In between two worlds does come down, but Cuz is just unkillable. There's no follow-up, and this time aiming is safe enough, although In does go doo-doo, trying to take him out, but instead he's CC'd to death as the GA will come through. And now they have aiming alive in a fight, which is crazy. Feels like the first time this entire game, and it means they're going to stomp it with flying colors. KT take a gigantic fight, and they're looking to push and maybe even end the game. We'll have to see how far they can go.
I think they can just end on this. It's only life to survive. They've got the overgrowth in the tower. They'll shred that super quick. Aiming, able to survive and put the damage out in return. DNS didn't quite have it there, and they're not going to be able to take the series. I think KT just going to end it here.
BD trying to land the trouble bubble with the stolen flash as life as a Rel does nothing to clear out the wave. Down will go the two Nexus turrets, and there's no respawn on those this time around. The Nexus does fall, and KT take the 2-1 victory here against DNS.